I've been preoccupied with so many things that are happening in our country. So many serious things are happening with Omoyele Sowore being arrested, being released, and went to Lagos, and the Commission of Police there in Lagos also harassing him. He had to be in court, and then Trump, doing his thing. Just so much that's happening in the country. But it's not as if I didn't notice this Regina and Ned Nwoko issue, okay? And no, it's not that I didn't notice, because in case some of you don't even know, Ned Nwoko you know, has been on our watch list. And when I say watch list, he's been harassing. We've been having cases with him, and Omoyele Sowore. So it's not a new thing. It's somebody that we already know. Just so some of you don't think, oh, we just jumped into Ned Moko's case. No, way before he even started doing things with Sowore, I've had encounters with him, not directly, with what he was doing with the people in his place. I know when he was fighting uh, with his kindred, the chief of the place, when my friend in America that is always uh, fighting with him. So many encounters I've had with Ned and his activities in the past. I remember when he arrested one man, I had to interview the daughter of that man. Okay. So Ned is not somebody that is new to me. I'm saying this to say that, again, I see him displaying his character. It's when you don't know Ned Moko that you will not know he's capable of doing what he's doing. Initially, when I didn't understand the details, I was telling my wife, this thing is a case between husband and wife. You really don't want to get involved, in a case between husband and wife, because in the end, they're going to make up and you're going to be their enemy. Even as I speak to you, there is no guarantee that tomorrow Regina will not go back to Ned, and then they will live happily after, and you will look like a fool. But I'm not doing what I'm doing to impress Regina. I'm not doing what I'm doing to make enemies with Ned. I'm doing what I'm doing because it is the just thing to do. Ned Nwoko represents a certain grouping in our society, both class, age, status, and so many other things. He represents a political class. He represents a class of people who are comfortable. So whatever he does is assumed to mirror the life of people in that particular grouping. And it is not right. It is not right because though nobody sent him to do this thing, by his action, he is stereotyping people. He is an Igbo man. I am an Igbo man. He is stereotyping Igbo people. I may not be as comfortable as Ned, but I'm okay. Now, it doesn't mean that anybody who is okay, anybody who has influence, can get up and do what Ned is doing. That's why we need to stand up and say, no, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Because you're a lawyer, you cannot wake up and decide because you have a problem with your wife, and your wife's brother is defending her sister. What do you want her to do? I mean, what do you want him to do? He obviously doesn't have as much money as you have. He's not as powerful as you are. So what do you think he's doing? He's resorting to anything that he has to do to protect his sister. Don't you know so many cases where young people have been killed by their husband? Don't you know? Before this guy starts acting like this, there are things he has seen. He didn't just wake up and begin to raise his alarm. There are things that he has seen. He says you are beating his sister. Ned, if you are beating Regina, should we tolerate that? What gives you the right and audacity to beat somebody's daughter? Because she is your wife? Because you are a chief? Because I don't know why you think you can just get up, beat somebody. I, I'm not a judge. But if what they are saying is true, and if, a big if, then you should be arrested. It should be the other way around. And shameless group of people who fall for you every time you want to use them. I wish the Nigerian police did not just submit themselves to be used and made a fool of every time they have to run and do exactly what you ask them to do. Why? Why? But you know what, Ned? I think you went too far. No, I think you went too far. And this is where I have a problem with young people. This is where I have a problem with our society. Remember, you can have all the grudges you want against Regina, because after all, she's the one that opted to live with Ned. And she told us in her video that she fell in love with Ned. But that's not what this story is about right now. People have a proverb that you first of all rescue the chicken from the kite or the eagle before you begin to ask the chicken, what did you go and why were you playing around the eagle? Right now, it's a time to rescue Regina. Rescue Regina, of course, she is not physically in jail, but she is in a very tight situation. It broke my heart. Honestly, when I saw her, I believe she was genuinely doing what she was doing. I know she's an actor, but there are some times when you can see through whatever facade somebody is putting up. And I can tell you, I could feel her genuineness in expressing her confusion, expressing her hopelessness. And this is not a time we should abandon her. Regina, I see her as a victim. Truly. Does she have her own blames? Who doesn't have? But right now, we're going to focus on Ned. Ned, you cannot just go about and be throwing people into jail just because they said something you don't like. That's not how the law works. You charge them to court. And then you, courts, in your foolishness, they will bring something that looks like a domestic case. I'm not a lawyer. But we know clearly that this is a domestic case. You begin to treat it as a criminal case. And then you go and keep the person locked up and remanded to come out on the 28th. You just want to make sure they spend Christmas there. But let me ask you people, all the other people, remember when it was Tinubu's son locking up one of our comrades that she must spend Christmas there? The lady spent Christmas there. But she's alive. Nothing happened. You people, the joy that you may have sought from locking that person up through the Christmas holiday, I hope it is still feeding you. I hope it is still feeding you. And here we go again, trying to be on the side of somebody who is an oppressor, to lock somebody and keep them there for Christmas. But I don't think you're going to succeed. I'm so glad that Omoyele Shore has stepped into this case. I'm super glad. And all I have to tell Regina's mom is to calm down. Concerning this particular case, we don't put head. Oh, we don't put head. We the extended in-laws, because that's what we have now become. We are not going to fight on the side of Regina's mother. We will. No, this has to be a time when, and I don't talk about distraction. We're not distracting anybody. Everything is going together at the same time. Nobody is going to hide under, oh, while we are focused on Trump. You can just go and be messing up. You can just go and treat people anyhow you like. That's not going to work. Irony. Ban. No, no, it'll be like that. How about it can't work? So we're gonna speak up. We're gonna follow up with that case. We're gonna bring you updates about the case, and hopefully, in a short while, Regina's brother will be released. Omoyele Shore is fully involved. He's pissed off, and he will use everything at his disposal to see that we confront Ned Nwoko. We force him. We have to force him to do the right thing. Nobody is asking you not to go to court. You can go to court, but don't use extrajudicial means to punish people because you think that you are more than them, even your own wife. How can you be giving? Are you the judge and jury? How can you say you will not obey the law except your wife comes back to you, except your wife's mother does this, except your wife's brother does this? Why? No, we will force you to do the right thing. It's not about what you want. It is not about you. You are not the owner of the Nigerian Constitution. The law court is not it's not your private playground. You tried it to Omoyele Sowore for how many years? The case is still ongoing. Don't you see? Are you not surprised? Something you just wanted to do, and I know you. You know what you're doing with our comrades. You know with Shore's case. You know how you people connive with the police, and they came and beat up people who were coming to observe that case. You did everything to intimidate us. You took their phones. You broke their phones. But we're still there. We're still here talking. We are still here talking. We're not going anywhere. And now again, we see you. The impression, the message you're sending out there is not good. It is beyond the problem you have with your wife. The message you are sending out there is that you can do and undo, and nobody will do anything about it. That is absolutely wrong. We are not taking it from you. You don't do that. You don't do that now. You can't come and say, "Oh, you can just if you point your hand, people will start running. If you point your hand, people will start screaming." No, that's not what you do now. No, don't be like that. You are a lawyer. Should be you're a lawyer. You follow the law. You are a senate. You're a senate member. Are you not? You're a member of Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You're a lawmaker. You're there to represent the people. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what does the Bible say about somebody aspiring to be a leader? If you cannot take care of your household, you should resign now, because the way you take care of your household is a reflection of how you treat people of your constituency. If this is how you handle, well, but this is what, see, am I surprised? This is what you've been doing with your village now. How many people have you locked up? You have even been linked to murder. You know now, so many people. You are the emperor. So many stories about you, how you connived your people and you took so much of their land that you're going to build something, something, something. Remember when Gwamnishi was talking about you and is it Nebosa or Ibosa? One of my friends, he owns this food business in America. He was always writing about you. That's how I got to know all the atrocities that you have committed, Ned. This time around, you're not going to have your way. You cannot be teaching the young generation that you can just get angry and throw them in jail and nobody can do anything about it. This one, if you win this one, then I know that we are finished. I know that we are no longer existing. Go, take a bet. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. I pity Regina. I pity her. Don't I see I pity her as a young person who everybody has a right to do whatever makes them happy. If she found that, oh, staying with somebody like Ned is what makes her happy, I have no problem with that. This love thing is so complicated and twisted. You can't just figure it out in one day. Love is where you find it. Regina may as well still be in love with Ned. I'm telling you this thing. Regina can still continue living with Ned the next day. That's not what I'm here to decide. But I'm telling you, if there's domestic violence involved, if the man is hitting you, Regina, I will advise you to really, really think seriously about what you want to do with your life for your safety. We don't want to come and start hearing stories that touch the heart. If the man has laid hand on you, if he's continued to lay hands on you, if he has tried to choke you, if you say he's raping you, if he's drugging you, it's not me that will tell you what to do, but you have to think seriously about your safety. So many men have killed their wives, and some of them kill themselves after, but the wife is dead. Don't play with such things. I just want you to think seriously about the next thing you're going to do for your safety. If you care about your safety, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. But Ned, as per this case, I'm pitying Regina because of the place she finds herself. Whether she made a mistake, we all make choices. Some of them will have to live with it. Some of them will regret. Some of them we can't do anything about it. But I don't believe that there is no situation in life that you cannot do something about it. You have to at least make an effort to follow your heart. So whatever your heart is telling you to do, Regina, you have to find the courage, the boldness to do it. Just listen to your heart. But Ned, what you're doing to Regina, it's a slap on the faces of any reasonable thinking Nigerian, any person who is young, any person who is still active, who is not old and retired. What you're doing is an affront on our ability to claim that we are free people. We are people who can walk around free, who are protected by the law. You are doing things that is counter to our ability to do those things. Our freedom of speech, our freedom of association, our perceived protection from anything by the law. All that is eroded, is washed away if the system allows you to succeed with this kind of thing that you're doing. So we are counting on the system, which we already know is standing on wobbly legs, but somehow we can extract justice from that system. That's what we're hoping to happen. I'm going to keep updating you guys about this Regina issue because I'm interested. We're really interested, both as a movement, both as individuals, as followers of Omoyele Shore, as an able person, as somebody who has been on Ned's case in the past, as somebody who knows where he's coming from and the different cases that he has had. I will follow the case. I follow the case. I want to thank Doris Ogala for the effort that she's been making in this case. A lot of you will not understand. There's so much that is going on in the background, but in time, you will understand the roles that people have been playing, and every other person who is fighting for Regina and the mother. I really want to thank you. A shout out to Very Dark Man also. I've seen one or two videos that he's done. Listen, there's no way we can all be on the same page, or we can be on the same page but having different opinions. That is accepted. That is okay. So as long as you even those of you who are in support of Ned Nwoko, just bring out your argument. Bring out your argument. Let's place it side by side with our own argument. And whoever has the superior argument, let them win. But in winning, you can never win on the side of intimidating someone. You can never win on the side of locking somebody up and throwing away the key. You can never win on the side of playing emperor. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. Okay? And my wife, Erica, is following the case. She gives me some of the content that I don't even know. I don't know how she's able to get all this content. But we're going to be putting everything together and we'll bring you the latest updates for this case. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and yeah, share our videos. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.